Important things I did today since April with this wood stove, with this Newmac status EPA. I added an additional 3 feet of prefabricated chimney up above, and it is now about 4 feet above the peak of my cabin, so made a huge difference. Now when I open up the wood stove, let's see if we can demonstrate for you. This particular stove, you turn both up on high before you open the door to load up. You open it up slowly. I just want to share with you. As you can see, no smoke whatsoever coming out through the door. Prior to the additional 3 feet, so having it over 4 feet above the peak of my cabin, I wouldn't get the door open 2 inches, and if I open it up all the way, the smoke was just steady rafting out, coming out through the door of the wood stove. So anybody that's got these Newmac status EPA stoves, got an issue with wood smoke, I highly recommend adding an additional extension to your chimney, prefabricated or whatever, but makes a huge difference depending on the wind direction and those sorts of things. So but this is about 8 hours after I added the 3 foot extension, and hands down huge difference. So anyways, just thought I'd share that. Hi everyone, Dave here. Welcome back. Another episode here, cabin life, off-grid living, and just thought I'd share with you. It's now December, trees up and all decorated. Anyway, just today I did a modification to this Newmac. I figured I'd do a follow-up video, share with you. I know the past video I done back in April, I introduced this Newmac EPA, which is an efficient 12-hour burner stove that I incorporated, and to save on wood for obvious reasons, living 365.25 days a year here at my cabin. So this Newmac stove, in the specs, it called for a minimum of, I believe it was 8 or 9 feet of chimney above the level here of the top of the stove, and I had probably about half a foot less than that going up to the peak. From there up, I've got from the ceiling up, it's prefabricated chimney, which is I think it's pretty common now on the market. But anyways, the issue I was having, where this stovepipe, like my peak runs right here, and the issue I had was with easterly, which east is that way, north that way, easterly or northerly winds. I was getting severe smoke that was recirculating back, and it wasn't drawing as well as it was. I know one of the comments I had on the video back in April was how to prevent smoke from every time that you were going to open up the door to reload with wood. Smoke was coming out through the front door. That's because of the EPA design with the heat shield and to eliminate obviously the carbon emissions in the atmosphere. So what I had to do today was, you can see the red bricks that I've got underneath the legs that hold the stove. I actually had to suspend them up because I don't have the room. I would have had a clean out and a T coming down here, but I couldn't do that because I didn't have the room to come forward with the stove. So what I ended up doing was jacking up the stove and reducing. I cut about 2.5 inches off of the stove pipe here in order to allow, so every time that I clean the chimney, all I need to do is put a regular car jack or a quick jack underneath and lower it down with the bricks out of place, and I can clean the chimney. The reason being why I done that was there's a heat shield on these EPA stoves that's not easy to remove, and therefore any creosote and any soot ashes that make their way down to the top of the stove, they can plug off, and obviously carbon monoxide and smolder and soot, that can be an issue in your cabin. So that's one of the reasons why I had to incorporate with the bricks, so that every time I do clean the chimney, I'm able to lower the stove down so that I've got enough gap where I can actually put a chimney brush down, and I'll put a bag temporarily around and clean out the chimney that way, so it doesn't build up inside the stove on the top of the heat shield. So so just a quick update with that. I'll share with you as well in this video the brush that I use and the attachments. So very important. Another thing you can probably see right here is I do use, like I say, I've got fire extinguishers, etc., but I do use this product here. I'm not endorsing it by no means, but many similar products are out there on the market. But this chimney cleaner, you add 2 capfuls to a low burning fire, and it helps reduce creosote and issues with chimney fire. So I do that on a regular basis, probably add a couple of capfuls every week or two, depending on how frequent the fire is in. So just thought I'd share that. The EcoFan is a must with anybody that's using wood burners for their source of heat. Can't stress how efficient and how effective they are. No electricity, no motors running, no nothing. When you're off the grid, you want to eliminate as much electricity as possible. So another factor benefit, having the cement with the rock behind, it does add a fair amount of heat well after the wood stove is gone out, when the fire is burned out. So anyway, probably mentioned this in previous video. Very important to have a burn indicator to let you know when there's either it's too hot or it's too cold, and whether or not you're going to have creosote issues. So I can't stress that enough. As you can see, I'm right at the very bottom of the burn zone. So creosote, it is minimal, but anywhere below that, you're going to have creosote buildup. So anyway, thought I'd share that. The Newmac status EPA stove, like I say, it's a cleaner emission with carbon, carbon gases and stuff, but at the same time, where it's a 12-hour burner, it is going to burn at a lower heat, and you have to keep that in mind. Therefore, regular maintenance is key to your chimney and wood stove, and keep your ashes cleared out, and make sure that you're when you're loading the stove, because it's brick lined, you don't damage the bricks if they're cracked or whatever. You need to replace them, because obviously you'll have issues with burning out the steel in the stove. It's a thin metal stove. So anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you. As always, take care, and thanks for watching.